Hello everyone, the content of this video is about the fire linkage control system. The explanation mainly includes three aspects: the concept of fire linkage control system, the composition of fire linkage control system, and the introduction of fire linkage control system. The fire linkage control system is used to confirm the occurrence of a fire and then activate various firefighting equipment in a coordinated manner to achieve the functions of alarming and extinguishing the fire. For example, in a 24-story office building, a fire suddenly broke out on the 12th floor. The fire detector detected the fire alarm signal and transmitted it to the fire alarm and fire linkage controller in the fire control center. After the controller confirmed the fire signal, it issued an emergency broadcast to remind and guide people to evacuate safely. At the same time, cut off the normal power supply, connected the emergency power system, turned on emergency lighting and evacuation instructions, installed fireproof rolling shutters or fireproof doors, separated the fire-stricken area to prevent the fire from spreading, used smoke exhaust fans for smoke exhaust, forced passenger elevators to enter the base station, opened the fire elevator, dialed the fire telephone, and activated automatic fire extinguishing systems, such as automatic sprinkler systems. The fire linkage control system usually includes fire linkage controller, fire control room graphic display device, fire electrical control device, fire emergency broadcasting equipment, fire telephone, fire linkage module, fire equipment emergency power supply, etc. The fire linkage controller is the core component of the fire linkage control equipment. It receives fire alarm information from the fire alarm controller and implements linkage control and status monitoring of automatic firefighting equipment. According to preset logic, the fire linkage controller can directly send control signals and control the controlled equipment on site through the driving device. In the previous class, we discussed that fire alarm controllers and fire linkage controllers can be independent of each other or integrated products, known as fire alarm controllers, linkage type. Fire alarm controllers, linkage type, have high integration, flexible linkage control, simple wiring, easy debugging, and are suitable for a wide range of applications. In China, fire alarm controllers, linkage type, are now widely used as the fire linkage method. There are usually structural forms such as wall-mounted, cabinet-mounted, and piano desktop. Wall-mounted systems are suitable for small-point systems, while cabinet-mounted and piano desktop systems are suitable for larger projects. In practical applications, fire alarm controllers, linkage type, are usually equipped with bus linkage panels and multi-line linkage panels, which can also be combined with fire emergency broadcasting equipment and fire telephones. They can also be combined with graphic display devices, CRT display systems, and other system control equipment, which is conducive to beautiful layout and convenient management. According to regulatory requirements, graphic display devices, referred to as CRT systems, need to be installed for centralized alarm systems and control center alarm systems. The graphic display device, CRT display system, in the fire control room is installed in the fire control center. All plain graphics, alarm areas, and alarm points related to the fire system are stored in the computer CRT. When a fire occurs, it can automatically display the fire location, alarm type, and occurrence time on the display screen, with sound and light. and automatically print with a printer. As shown in the picture, it can display temperature and smoke detectors, water flow indicators, fire hydrant alarm points, etc. The graphic display device receives fire alarm signals and/or linkage control signals from the fire alarm controller and fire linkage controller, hereinafter referred to as the controller, when there are fire alarm signals and linkage signals input. The graphic display device should be able to display the building location and floor plan corresponding to the alarm location, indicate the physical location of the alarm location on the floor plan, and record information such as alarm time and alarm location. The image display device in the picture shows that a fire alarm signal was detected by a photoelectric smoke detector located in the first machine room of Building 2. At the same time, the graphic display device should have the function of remote transmission of information and reception of remote queries, and there should be status indicators during the transmission and reception of remote queries. The floor fire display panel is a fire alarm display device installed in a floor or fire compartment. The fire display panel can display fire alarm, fault, action and other information of relevant floors or alarm areas, and emit sound and light alarm signals. LED digital tubes can be used to display alarm information, as shown in the picture, which represents the fire alarm at address 1 hashtag on the 17th floor. This type of display is now less commonly used, and LCD Chinese character display and graphic display are commonly used. Each alarm area should be equipped with a fire display panel. When an alarm area includes multiple floors, it is advisable to install a fire display panel on each floor that only displays the fire on that floor. The fire display panel should be located in a prominent and easy to operate area such as the exit area. When installing by wall mounting, the bottom edge should be 1.3 to 1.5 above the ground. The fire electrical control device is used to control various automatic fire protection facilities, such as automatic fire extinguishing equipment, indoor fire hydrant equipment, smoke control equipment, fire shutter, etc. It has the functions of controlling controlled equipment to perform predetermined actions, receiving feedback signals from controlled equipment, monitoring the status of controlled equipment, communicating with higher-level monitoring equipment, and sending sound and light prompts to users. Fire electrical control devices can be divided into smoke control controllers, fireproof rolling shutter controllers, automatic fire extinguishing equipment control devices, fire emergency lighting indication control devices, etc. According to the different controlled equipment, the smoke control controller is used to control the smoke exhaust fan or smoke prevention fan. When a fire occurs, the smoke exhaust fan is activated based on the received control signal to release the smoke generated by the fire outdoors. The smoke prevention fan is started to send outdoor air into the room, thereby reducing indoor smoke concentration and achieving the purpose of smoke exhaust and prevention. The fireproof rolling shutter controller is used to control various types of fireproof rolling shutters installed in buildings based on the received control signal. This control device can control the start or stop of the fireproof rolling shutter and receive its status feedback signal. Automatic fire extinguishing equipment control device is used to control automatic sprinkler equipment, water spray fire extinguishing equipment, indoor fire hydrant equipment, etc. According to the received control signal, This control device can start or stop the controlled equipment through the fire electric device or directly control it and receive its status feedback signal. The fire emergency lighting indication and control device is used to control the fire emergency lighting fixtures and fire emergency sign lights installed inside the building, according to the received control signal. This control device can control the start or stop of fire emergency lighting and fire emergency sign lights. Fire emergency broadcasting equipment is a device that uses power amplifiers and speakers to control emergency broadcasting in the event of a fire or accident. Its main function is to notify on-site personnel of the occurrence of a fire and guide them to evacuate. Fire telephone is a specialized equipment for fire communication. In case of a fire, important places can communicate with the fire control room through the fire dedicated telephone extension, referred to as the fire telephone extension. Other places can use portable phones to communicate with the control room through telephone jacks. The fire telephone extension can be connected to the host through a telephone module. The fire telephone host is installed in the fire control center and can communicate with any fire telephone extension. The fire linkage module is a device used for signal transmission between the fire linkage controller and the controlled equipment or components connected to it, including input modules, output modules, and input-output modules. The input module loads the action signal of the monitored device with an address code and transmits it back to the fire alarm controller, linkage type, through the signal bus to issue an alarm signal, which can also be used as a linkage trigger signal. The input module can be connected to various on-site devices that require feedback signals, such as water flow indicators, pressure switches, signal valves, and various external linkage devices that can provide switch signals. Non-coding detectors, such as linear beam smoke fire detectors, linear temperature fire detectors, and various explosion-proof detectors, also need to be connected to the fire alarm system through input modules. The output module, also known as the control module, is used by the controller to send signals to on-site devices for controlling the start-stop or switching of certain devices. It is generally used to cut off non-fire power sources, elevators, and other control system equipment. Compared to the output module, the single input or output module has added a signal feedback function. After starting the device, it can receive feedback signals from the device and is mainly used to control devices with signal feedback, such as smoke exhaust valves, air supply valves, fire dampers, etc. The dual input or output module functions as two input or output modules and is usually used to control devices that require two actions, such as fireproof rolling shutter doors. It can issue commands to lower the fireproof rolling shutter door halfway or to lower it to the bottom, while also feeding back the position of the fireproof rolling shutter door to the fire alarm controller. Various output modules and input or output modules are installed on the signal bus and usually require power support. The power can be provided by the control host or by the on-site fire power supply. Firefighting electrical equipment should use dedicated power supply circuits, and their distribution should be clearly marked. The AC power supply of the automatic fire alarm system should use fire power supply, and the backup power supply can use the battery or emergency power supply of the fire alarm controller and fire linkage controller. The above is the entire content of this video. Please continue to follow the relevant videos of the Construction Equipment Installation Project course. Thank you.